like sunshine on a glove. Which one do you want? Oh, this one's just right. Hi.
Crusading for roots music for so long. How did the Win by O Brothers?
Oh, wasn't it great? How about just watching Ralph Stanley? Wasn't that unbelievable? The look in his eyes. I mean, that's what makes this show. I don't mean to sound like I'm touting the Grammys, but this was an extraordinary evening. You got to admit that when they put these combinations like this, and that album really, the fact that it got that kind of sales, what, 4 million based with no country radio play at all? Miracles happen. I know I'm walking.
Were you a little surprised by that tonight?
Yeah,
by the
I think
next
everybody was. I secretly was hoping. I went to see the Down from the Mountain show the other night at the Universal Amphitheater, and it was a religious experience. It was great. Oh, it was incredible. So I just think it bodes really well for all appreciating the kind of heritage that we all come from. And hopefully they'll do one. When this blues series comes out on PBS, maybe there'll be some sales of actual legal records. You know.
Maybe you can get in on the next round.
Yeah, I'm already in. I don't need to win any more stuff.
Bonnie, you mentioned about the legal records, and yet Grateful Dead had people bootlegging theirs, and they made the most money and were, always, top sellers. What is your, thoughts about what's been going on with the?
Well, that's a big topic for this time of the night, but yeah, the Dead is a different thing. I mean, they really sell so many live concert tickets. They're really a unique situation. But I'm just saying, for blues artists, I mean, when people buy bootleg records, as opposed to records that there's actually a fair royalty going to the artist or the artist's family, that's something, if you know me, I crusade for. So, a fair wage for fair work is what we're talking about. So everybody's got to pay attention to that. That's a can of worms we probably can't open up here.
Bonnie, you had such an incredible career. What moment stands out where you just say, wow, that was unbelievably awesome?
Well, I mean, winning those Grammys 11 years ago was pretty great. I mean, in terms of life-changing, but I think being a consistent fan, every time I get to I love playing my own gigs, and we're rehearsing right now, and I'm just thrilled with getting ready to go out. I'd like to go out on tour tomorrow. But to get in that audience and see Bob Dylan kicking butt and just performance after performance, Mary J. Blige, I mean, that's transformational. And it feels the same as it did when I heard Times They Are Changing when I was 13 and the Rolling Stones sing Satisfaction at the Long Beach Arena. I haven't changed one bit on how excited I get, and I'm so hoarse from jumping up and screaming all night, just like I did at the Rolling Stones concert. So.
What were your dreams when you were starting out? How well did you hang on?
I was very lucky. I did this as a hobby, and it turned into a career in college where I was just trying to make some extra money at some coffee houses. And to this day, the reason I got my foot in the door is because I'm a woman that plays lead guitar, and there's not that many around. I'm the first to admit it. So my dream was to be able to use music to make the world a better place, and that is something I've held on to. And I completely relate to how many heartfelt letters and homemade CDs I get sent by people that put everything into their music and can't get arrested. They just, what can I do to break open? What can I do to break open? And I wish I could help them. So in some ways, the opportunity for people to put out their own CDs and sell them over the internet or have their own website is a great liberating thing. On the other hand, the market gets so flooded that sometimes we remember record companies were the ones that found and collated groups and let us know that this group is really good, as opposed to these 15 that aren't so good. So you just have to hold on, and if you're good, you'll get a deal, I think.
Bonnie,
Tell us about your upcoming tour and what we can expect. Have you thought about who you're bringing on the road with you?
Oh yeah, actually we're in the rehearsals. We'll be out for the next 7 months. The album comes out April 9th. It's called Silver Lining. It's after that beautiful David Gray song, which I was praying for the last 2 years wasn't going to be a single because I had it as the title song about 3 years ago. We'll be touring theaters for 3 months with my special guest being John Cleary and the Absolute Monster Gentleman, who's also double dutying in my band playing keyboards and wrote some of the songs on my record. And I made my album with my touring band, and I think it's the best one I've ever made. I couldn't be more proud of it.
Bonnie, what memory do you have of your first Grammy win? The first night you won it, and looking back, how was that a pivotal moment? How did that change your career?
Well, I mean, to get the kind of validation from your peers that winning a Grammy is there's nothing like it. I haven't had the luxury of winning an American Music Award or the People's Choice or one of those. So I don't know how that feels, but to get acknowledged by other musicians and look out at the audience and see everybody from every kind of music looking up there and then standing up when you win, or I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's nothing like it. It's a life-changing event. Thank you for letting me. Bye.
Thank you, Bonnie.